7mm WSM. About 3 weeks ago, I had a subscriber contact me saying he wanted me to feature his rifle that's chambered in 7mm WSM. And this subscriber was kind enough to send me this box of ammo, dies, brass, which are basically impossible to find for 7WSM, a bunch of Hornady ammo, which includes this 120 grain varmint bullet. And so, in the coming weeks and month, we're going to do Project 7mm WSM. The goal, what can we get out of it? I want to see what velocities I'm going to be getting, what bullets it will stabilize, and what kind of accuracy I'll be getting out of a Savage 110. The 7mm WSM, which the case is on the left, that's a 300 WSM. 7WSM came out a year after the 300 WSM. It was introduced in 2002, and it was a modern, beltless clone to the 7mm Rem Mag. And you could make a very good argument it's a better version of the 7 Rem Mag. However, the 7WSM is quite dead. Now, why is that? Well, there's the lawsuit, and there might be a few other reasons, but honestly, I'm kind of scratching my head why this 7WSM didn't take off or at least match the popularity of the 300 WSM. Now, there are slight differences other than the neck size from its parent case, the 300 WSM. The length to the shoulder is just a tad bit taller in the 7WSM. And then the neck is also a bit shorter. And some people see that as a weakness of the 7WSM having such a short neck. Now, I made some kind of bold claims that the 7WSM was modern, beltless, and possibly a better version of the 7 Rem Mag. Why would I say that? Well, it gets the exact same velocities as a 7 Rem Mag with a smaller case. Not only is it more efficient with a smaller case getting the same velocities, it also has higher semi-spec pressure. So one of the downsides to the 7 Rem Mag, at least in factory ammo, is that it's loaded to around 62,000 psi, while the 7WSM is at 65. Now, the very few factory ammo options in 7WSM actually are faster than the 7 Rem Mag. Hornady does make, if you can find it, 162 ELDX Precision Hunter ammo, and it's going 3,000 feet per second. I think is about 30 feet per second faster than 7 Mag. And then it also has the outfitter ammo with the 150 grain CX at 3,050 feet per second, while the 7 Rem Mag can only do it at 3,000 feet per second. Now, if you hand load, well, hand loaders will get the true potential out of the 7 Rem Mag as well, so they're quite equal. Let's go ahead and look at the load data for the 7WSM. Now, the rifle I'm getting also has a 24-inch barrel with a 1 9.5 twist. And I am at higher elevation at 5,100 feet, so I guess I'm going to be shooting heavy high BC bullets to really push this 7WSM, because I'm very confident they will stabilize. But in the reloading manual, we're looking at 3,100 feet per second with a 150 grain, 3,100 with a 162, and 2,900 with a 175 and 180 grain. So this is right in there with the 7 Rem Mag, and yes, the 7mm PRC. It's one thing I really want to do is compare the velocities I get with this 7WSM to a 7 Rem Mag, 6.8 Western, and the 7 PRC to see how they really compare in real world velocities. Now, there is one major drawback I see with the 7mm WSM. Other than it's pretty much a dead cartridge and you can't find ammo for it. As a hand loader, I see the problem of, let's just assume I can stabilize this. This is a 175 ELDX. To fit into the magazine or within the chamber, this is going to be seated probably about right there, which, as you can see, is going to eke into the powder capacity like crazy. So I'll be curious to see if that really affects my velocity. It probably won't, but it's not the greatest design. It's outdated design. Now, I don't have the rifle yet. I'm hoping to get it within a week time, hopefully. First thing, we're going to do a baseline with this Winchester factory ammo. This is the 140 grain ballistic silver tip. Honestly, Winchester didn't even put a velocity on it. I wonder how old this ammo is. So that'll be fun to see how fast it's going. I'm going to guess it's going 3250, maybe 33. I don't know, 33 is pretty quick. But that's going to be the baseline just to see what factory ammo does. And then, of course, we're going to hand load this like crazy. I might try out these 120 grain VMAXs just for fun, just to see, maybe get 3,600 feet per second. I also have some Nosler bullets, so if I ever decide to take this hunting, which I'm definitely considering, I would definitely pick one of these two, whatever the gun likes most. I'm really interested to see if this gun will like this bullet. A really awesome bullet, high DC bonded bullet. That's just whether the gun will like it or not. If not, I'm sure it'll do just fine with the 150 AccuBond. I'm sure I can get 31, 3150 with it. Probably 32. Nick, who's sending me the rifle and who sent me this, he also sent me the 162 ELDX and the 150 ELDX. If I had to take a guess on what the gun's going to like the most as accuracy-wise, it's probably going to be one of these two bullets. And so I will definitely test the accuracy of the gun with these bullets. Not my favorite hunting bullet, and I probably wouldn't use it for hunting, but I don't know, I might take these out long range. And lastly, we are really going to load this with a 175 ELDX to see how it compares to the 7 PRC. Let's talk about my goals for this Project 7mm WSM. Well, number one is I really want to find what this gun likes. After that, I'm going to be pushing this hard. We're going to see what kind of velocities we can really get. And I really want to see this 7WSM smoke my 7 PRC, which, yeah, I think it will pretty easily, actually. The 7WSM has a bigger case capacity. I had to fact check myself on this one, and I'm actually wrong. The 7WSM does have a smaller case capacity, but these should be very similar. Other than its cartridge overall length with the bullet kind of eking into the powder capacity, while this is a dead cartridge, I do think that it's possible this cartridge, you can make a very strong argument, is better than a 7 PRC. I know, strong words. We'll see if I can back it up with my reloading. We'll see. And say what you will about Savages with their actions and their cheap stocks. They're almost always really good shooters, so I'm not worried about accuracy whatsoever with this gun. And it's just going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we can bring to light this dead cartridge, and who knows, maybe change its popularity a tiny bit. I don't know, probably not, but it should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to compare this to the 7 Rem Mag, the 6.8 Western, and of course the 7 PRC.